What's going on, family, friends, everyone's? We are back. We are black and we is all that. Y'all already know. Welcome back to another episode of Real Queens Real Talk with a gentleman's perspective. I am your host, Auntie Momo. Y'all, it's Sunday. Y'all already know y'all favorite day of the week because y'all are here to kick it with your family and your folk and them. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and introduce my lovely panel of hosts here with me because he got his camera on. Y'all say what's up to everybody's favorite baby brother, Mizzle. What's going on, Mizzle?
Baby bro, over here, Mizzle 14. How y'all doing? What's going on, y'all? Hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did not catch my live earlier, please do. If you watch it, you can listen to it. You have to sit down, watch it. You can listen to it.
The Richards is a good episode. I ain't never watched it, but it seemed good.
Yes. But I'm enjoying myself here. Hope y'all enjoy y'all Sunday. Have a great week. And mental health check. Hope y'all all well. And do something to make you happy. So like that, because you never know. And talk it out. If you had to talk to yourself, talk to someone, do something.
I like that. Do something to make you happy and talk it out. I talk to myself all the time because I give myself the best answers. I'm just saying. What's going on, baby sis? How you doing today?
Doing well.
Okay, I give myself the best answers, the best advice, all of that. Oh, Live with Life, you make me happy too. I appreciate you, and I need to see you in more Mizzle's lives too. Okay,
because I don't know what's going on. Like you been like missing the action of my stuff, and then all this passion to come around here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I need to see you in more of it. There goes Sir Neale. What's going on, Sir Neale?
Hey, driver, what's up?
I was in them streets. I was outside.
Okay, outside.
Yes.
That's normally where the whores be.
Okay, cool.
Nah, I ain't no whore because he right
That's
there.
That's normally where the whores be, in the street.
In the street. Don't be telling everybody's business. Baby sis, what's going on with you? How your weekend been?
Hey, you know what? I'm in the middle of doing my hair on fucking Lord's Day, and I usually do it on party day. It's been that kind of week for me. Okay. All right, I'm tired. I got my Di Serono and Sprite.
Piss. Girl, I wish
I got some Jim Beam in my bag. We about to get drunk, bitch.
You about to fuck somebody up. There you go. Cheers. Oh, I got my Christmas glasses too.
All right, my Christmas glasses downstairs. What's going on, Tracy? Y'all say what's up to
Tracy? Got my Christmas coasters too.
Oh, okay, she ready.
Hello, Tracy.
'Tis the season, bitches.
Word.
'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la, motherfucker la.
What's going on with you, Tracy? How your weekend been, girl?
I picked the boy up from school, so you know it's interesting. Yay!
Holiday time.
Yay!
There we go. See him say not well. Damn, Tracy, not you putting him on blast. We know the hoes being in the street. Ain't nothing wrong with the hoes being in the street, but he is a taken hoe. Tell him, Sir Neale.
Okay, and
okay,
does that make you less of a hoe?
No. What you mean?
So she's a hoe. So a hoe for one person. Okay, didn't change the fact that the hoes are still hoeing. It didn't change nothing.
Y'all let me know if y'all see any kind of lag because I'm gonna need to cut my camera off. StreamYard been on that good bullshit, but y'all let me know if y'all see any kind of lag. Jay says she's slowly sipping on my cannabis. Okay, what y'all drinking on? I got a little bit of pink Moscato tonight.
As we talk, we about to decorate the tree. It was a little surprise. I was gonna, you know what I'm saying? So as we talk, we about to decorate the tree.
Okay, and what you sipping on while you decorating the tree?
The Jim Beam, and the theme is Star Wars.
Okay.
I got my Di Serono and Sprite, and I let hubby take something that I shouldn't have, so now I gotta make me a whole nother one.
Your virginity?
I know what you're talking about.
My virginity. Hold on. First of all, I'm very proud of my husband. I'm very proud of
this one. Is that a hoe or a dedicated client?
We broke some boundaries. Yes, a couple, whatever. I'm so proud of him.
I like what CM said. CM says, since it's just one, is that a hoe or a dedicated client success rep? Okay, you
Come through with the definition. Come through with the definition.
Being taken a hoe automatically makes you less of a hoe right now. No. It's still hoes. It's still hoes. Renee says she's sipping on a little bit of ginger ale. I ain't even mad at you. CM loves the Star Wars theme. Okay. What you sipping on, Mizzle?
I said apple juice. You know, I was on the
little apple juice.
I got Christmas time.
Yeah, if he call it Seagram's apple juice, I don't know. I don't know with him.
Dr. M say they still at work. The Christmas orders are pouring in, and the UK Postal Service is acting up because the workers are on strike. Well, almost everyone is on strike. That's bullshit. If I lived in the UK and my packages ain't coming because somebody is on strike,
I'd be pissed.
I'd be mad.
Yeah, because everybody's not gonna get their gifts.
Oh no, I'm currently pissed off at Walmart right now. They over here playing games with me.
I need to upgrade my resume, girl. Don't let me in my inbox, girl. I need to upgrade my resume. Curl this single and ready to bingle. Okay. Jay says she's sipping on a little bit of apple juice. I ain't even mad at you. Let me let y'all know now. Next Sunday there will not be a panel, okay? Because it is Christmas.
I'll be drunk.
It's Christmas, okay? We're gonna be Christmas. I'm be, somewhere tipsy with my eggnog and my Jack Daniels, watching the Grinch.
I'm gonna be drunk.
I'm telling you, y'all better send your what is it called? The Yuletime cheering. Y'all better hear from everybody.
That's why I order all my stuff off of Amazon. Shout out to you. Where Brit at? Amazon better not go on strike. I'm gonna fight some damn body because that's where all of my shit coming from.
I'm expecting the rest of my Christmas presents.
Amazon working overtime around.
I know Amazon getting packages left and right because between me and the baby daddy, he is ordering left and right. Amazon been at this bitch every day.
No, see, that's why I did my shit super early. I had my shit already ordered. I
got you. That eggnog and Jack Daniels be bussing.
Y'all are nasty. Y'all are nasty. Disgusting.
That's my uncle's drink. That's my uncle's drink. That's a grown nigga drink.
Good. Okay, and I'm a grown ass nigga, and it's good as hell.
The thought of eggnog makes my stomach
yourself, sissy. I'm disappointed in you.
I'm an old school nigga from around the way. Okay. Old school nigga around the way. I love me some goddamn eggnog and Jack.
You eat fruitcake? You eat fruitcake?
I don't eat fruitcake.
I don't know.
I love my guts. Okay.
The only people I know who drink eggnog also eat fruitcake. I'm just saying.
Let me tell you, that's what my grandma used to give us. And my grandma, go out rest her soul, Mama Bernice, child, she would give us fruitcake for Christmas. And to this day, I be goddamn.
That's the first time that they knew that Nathaniel had a problem. Because my mama's mama tried to force me to eat fruitcake, and I was like,
I'd fight her ass. She wouldn't fight her no more. Amazon, my BFF too right now, Renee. Sir Neil, I ordered my gifts in November. See, y'all are smart. I need to get on that train maybe next year because every year I say I'm gonna do that.
I'm not smart like that.
I did my shopping early. I did it early.
You did your shopping early?
Yeah, I got
it. No, I don't believe in that.
Show didn't.
I don't believe in that.
Y'all got children and things of that nature. I just got myself and my husband, so I shop.
All the more reason why it don't make no motherfucking sense for you to be done with your Christmas shopping the second week in November.
Second week in November, too early. I did it after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, right after Thanksgiving makes most sense to me because I don't know what the hell I'm gonna give you. I don't know if I'm still gonna like you come December. So I damn sure ain't finna get your gifts before then. You can do something to piss me off.
Yeah, only my niece.
No, I'm going for the sales. Fuck that. I'm getting everything cheap. What the fuck you getting?
Child, these kids got maybe 1 or 2 gifts. They'll get that shit when it comes. Okay, they get regular toys every day, every 2 weeks. Exactly.
So start considering what people want for Christmas until
you gotta get into it. Mizzle say he lose a little bit of weight on him. I ain't mad at you, Mizzle.
Yeah, I am working out a little bit more and do healthy balance. Yes.
To get in the streets where Sir Neil used to be. I got
it. Okay. I will give it to the homeless. That is, thank you. That is cruel and unusual punishment.
15 minutes ago.
I will fight you if you give me a fruitcake. I will fight you, block you, and delete you if you ever buy me a fruitcake. Let that be known.
Drop kick you.
They say the home with the best fruitcake is actually in Texas. So I just assumed what you drinking eggnog.
Ugh. Can we change the subject? Y'all making us
y'all, let's get into a couple of things that we're gonna get into tonight, y'all. DJ Twitch, this was totally unexpected. We're gonna talk about that. Okay, Joycelyn Savage welcomes a baby girl by R. Kelly for real. Now, I ain't the brightest crayon in the box, and my elevator don't go to the top floor. But bitch, that math don't math.
Let's talk about it. We're gonna talk about
that. A student is arrested in the middle of her class for not apologizing to a professor. We're gonna talk about that. Gunna denounces the YSL gang. He claims that he ain't snitch on nobody, but how you get out? You supposed to did 5 years, nigga. You did 8 months. We're gonna talk about that. And Thugga trial is porn bomb, child with gay porn. Tracy gonna tell us about that because Tracy was watching the child. Megan, Tory, and Kelsey trial. Who the hell shot Megan? What the hell is going on? Who shot you, girl? Who shot you? And then we just gonna talk about what's on your Christmas list, and we're gonna get into some things, okay? Any updates on any good celebrity news and gossip y'all know y'all want to get into? Y'all know Officer, what is his name? Aaron Dengetti. He was found guilty of manslaughter of that woman, Atiana Jefferson. He claimed that, he shot her through the window, ended up killing her, claimed that it was a call that he had got. She was playing a video game with her nephew, and he ended up shooting through the window and killing her. Well, he's been found guilty of manslaughter. I don't know how much time he gonna get. Go ahead. What you say, baby sis?
I said, as he should.
As he should. Absolutely. Have y'all heard about that story? What y'all think about that?
Man, I heard about it when it first happened, and I thought guilty automatically. Then, like in my heart of hearts, I thought they're gonna find some way to let him off. So you know what? I'm happy that guilty.
I'm sick of these long ass trials when they can try a black person at the snap of
3 days,
but they just want to go on in years and years and months and months. No. It's inappropriate. It's
what happened. Yes, just go on and get him. Throw his ass, like Armani said, right up under the jail.
It's become daunting because the justice system is racist.
What's the difference between, and this may sound like a stupid question, but it's a question, I don't know. What's the difference between manslaughter and negligent homicide? Like what's the more?
Oh, Tracy can probably tell you about that.
Yeah, what's the bigger charge?
The level of intent.
Say that again.
The level of intent.
Okay.
Premeditated. I think that's the word in those things.
No, because he still had intent to kill whoever.
He just shot through a window. He ain't even see nobody.
No, it's so many.
She did have a gun though, didn't she?
I thought she was playing the game with her nephew.
She was.
Yeah, she was. She was sitting on the couch.
So then what?
But did she think that somebody was like breaking into the house or something, and that's why she went and grabbed a gun? Or am I hearing that wrong?
I don't know. I stopped following the story after the cop got arrested because I just thought they were gonna let the cop off anyway.
That's what I assumed too. You damn right. I was like, okay. This is a
right,
and it's a shame that as black people of color, we are assimilated to that. We are assimilated to be like, oh, the cop gonna get off. Think about it for real. That happens on how many different situations that the cop kills someone and gets off, or just gets a slap on the wrist.
So, manslaughter versus like negligent homicide technically depends on what state you're in. Some states actually don't have it, they have one or the other. So most states, like a manslaughter is negligent homicide. The two terms, like, because some states don't have manslaughter, some states have that, so it does depend. But also when it comes to negligent homicide versus manslaughter, it's a lesser offense than manslaughter. Like when you look at the two definitions of the two, it's a lesser offense than manslaughter, because it's more like it was reckless, like you weren't intending to do this, but this happened. Where for manslaughter, it's more like you should have thought that someone could have died by you doing this.
It's so confusing.
It is
for real.
Because one of them is like, let's say we getting into a fight in the street and I chase you and you run out and you get hit by a car, right? And then you die because you got hit by the car. it's like, okay, I should have known that you running out in the middle of the street, you could if I run you out into the street and it's in the middle of oncoming traffic, I should have known that you probably would lose your life from doing that. Where
So
if I chase
intent?
you down, like it's not necessarily intent, because technically you weren't driving the car, right?
Yeah,
You should have possibly known that this could have been an outcome. Where if we're fighting and I chase you down and you're just like on a regular side street, right? Like a not as busy street, the thought isn't that you're going to get hit by a car and lose your life. But if I chase you out into 6-lane oncoming traffic, you have a better chance. Do you see what I mean? So it's like, when you do the thing that you do, yeah, your intent wasn't for that person to lose their life. But when you put that person in that situation, do you see that they could have lost their life? Like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Then it turns into that. So it's not necessarily that you thought about doing it, because it wasn't like premeditated. Where if I go and I throw you over a bridge into oncoming traffic, like, I knew exactly what I was doing. Clearly, the car did what I was trying to do myself. So, it's like the different levels to the different things. So it all depends on your state of mind when you're doing the thing, the state that you're in, and all those kind of things will determine the differences.
Hey, Joyce.
See, this is why I work at HR. I'm not doing that shit.
Right, because this shit is too goddamn, it's too much.
Wait, I do HR too, but I love true crime. True crime is like my favoriteest thing ever. Ever.
I do love true crimes though. Like I think I told y'all, somebody, I done moved from Jeffrey Dahmer to now I'm on, no, not Casey Andrews. Now I'm on the Jodi Arias. Like, it's just Jodi Arias
is dumb.
She's fucking nuts.
She's psycho. I was like, oh gosh.
I had no idea.
Not my gosh.
Gone the way she is. I had no clue. Girl,
you didn't.
You wanted to get caught. Listen,
I was like, wait, not you taking the pictures of him in the shower, having them pose before you did it. Girl.
Yeah.
And then your dumb ass put the camera in his washing machine with your damn bloody clothes. Bitch, slap yourself.
Punch yourself. Don't slap yourself.
And then gonna call the police and say you just want to help out with the investigation. Girl, they know your ass was there. God, I live close to where she's from. Ooh, no.
Wait, why Netflix be tripping? Netflix be having some scandalous ass shit on there.
Yeah, Netflix is my shit, baby. I ride to die for Netflix, baby. All for the D. Yup. And he didn't even want her ass. That's what's crazy.
He did not want her ass.
A case of her ass being
he wanted her behind. He wanted her to ass.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't want to be in a relationship like that with her. She thought they went together and it was a chance of them actually getting together, getting married. She didn't see the full picture that this thing was just using her ass to be his little dirty secret.
He was a hoe. Call a hoe.
Not young Miami.
Wasn't he?
Look, not young Miami. We go together real bad. Not young Miami. We go together real bad. We go together real bad.
My bad. Go ahead, Renee, girl. Yeah, she said they go together real bad. Shoot, I sure appreciate the donation, Renee. It's my boo. It's my boo. But yeah, she wanted him way more than he wanted her. Yeah, he wanted the D and all of that. I mean, he wanted the ass and the cooch and all of that. But in the end, child, she went with him. He didn't go with her. He had his own little Bible thumping girl.
Yeah, he had a whole fiance.
No, people need to be responsible with these relationships. Don't be playing with nobody's heart. Nobody's
whoa.
No. He knew. His friend said she was batshit crazy. Mm-hmm. His family said she was batshit crazy. His friends and family made it clear: you play with this heifer, you don't wife her up. What? You be careful because she will kill you. And what did he do? He fucked around and he found out the hard way.
Bow.
He should have left her alone. He kept going back and fucking with her. He didn't. He knew she was crazy. I blame him. I mean, not for getting killed, but I
don't necessarily blame him. I blame the religion.
No, okay, wait. So if you tell me as a friend that somebody that I'm dating is crazy, you think I'm not going to take your advice in certainty?
A lot
No,
of
I
people,
damn
he
so
clearly
will.
didn't.
People don't
He
all the
clearly
time.
didn't.
people don't listen to your advice.
There
They
was
want
People don't all
instances
the
where
time.
this
yeah.
bitch flew off the handle for no reason, and his
Ah,
friends told him then to run. What did he do?
but
Yeah,
I'm gonna turn
he
my
fucked
camera off,
up.
y'all, but I'm here. I gotta do what I
Wait,
gotta do, y'all.
he
Here.
did. So he did like break it off his top. He
but
just
he was
kept
lying.
Hell
going back.
yeah.
He
He
kept
kept
going
going
back.
back.
He kept going back because he
Exactly.
was like, "Ooh, my girlfriend ain't gonna give me none, or my fiance ain't gonna give me none until we get married because of our religion. But I got this itch that I need to scratch." I was like, "I'm gonna need you to stop scratching your itch with the cuckoo bird over there,
And he was
cause
sure
she
gonna
is
Mama,
not
scratch it.
got it."
Itchy,
they
Cause
scratchy.
just
it was
What
go
was
like,
like
what
Itchy,
was their
scratchy.
their religion? What
real
was it?
social toys.
no,
Mormon.
he
Mormon.
was a
Oh,
he was a Mormon.
yeah.
Wait, no, he
See,
was a Mormon. She was a
A
what,
hoe.
that was
like,
that.
Oh,
He
she took his
follows
dumb
the
ass
book
out.
of Amber Rose.
Shit.
They said a hoe.
He was part of the Hodeism.
Toadyism.
You know what,
Again, which
Liver
is why
Life?
I
You
said
ain't
I don't
lying.
blame him. I blame the religion.
Liver
Okay.
Life say yes, but batshit crazy sex is the best sex. Listen, crazy sex and broke dick
Crazy
are
sex
some of the
oh,
oh
that
my
the
god.
black
that
ones with the territory and a
Wait,
wrist.
wait,
Broke
broke
That is
dick
dick
is
good
and
the
enough.
best dick.
crazy set crazy dick are two of the best dicks in the
That is
world.
good enough.
Y'all
But no one
fight
just
me.
say
Tell
it
me
like
I'm
that.
lying.
People want to go
No,
further
you
than
ain't lying. Because a broke nigga need a
ever,
place to stay.
ever.
Hobo.
Okay.
Homosexual.
it's good.
Whew.
Or if you stay like that, but people want to take it further. They want to have kids. They want a relationship. I said, no, just stay the sex. That's all
But
I'm saying.
he
Yes,
already
exactly.
she wanted this. He already knew that she wanted this, and he still chose to play
Ooh,
games.
Yeah, that's
yes, Dr.
not.
Yes.
M. That John
That's
Benet
not
Ramsey case. Oh, that's a whole nother issue right
oh,
there.
she turned his woman ass
Wait,
out.
I think the brother did it. That's my
The brother
opinion.
did it. They
Allegedly,
covered it up for the brother.
allegedly.
Man, ain't allegedly shit. The brother did that. They just
I
covered up
think the
for
brother.
him.
Yep. I really do believe that. I'm not gonna.
Because they didn't want that to look bad on their family. Yeah, we getting
No
all
comment
up
on that
subject.
one.
Let me get into the topics that we got tonight, y'all. Okay, first of all, y'all say RIP to DJ Twitch. He first came on the scene on So You Think You Can Dance.
I used to love that show.
I used to love So You Think You Can Dance. Love, love, love. And that's why I first seen him on there. So you think you can dance? That was my shit right there, child. Nigel was 10 times better than the Simon Cowell could ever be. Simon Cowell could never. Okay, Nigel was the shit for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, he committed. He took his life earlier this week. He left a note. They found him in a hotel. Let me read this quick little article to you guys. It says law enforcement sources tell us that Twitch's note left at the scene of his died was an ambiguous reference to his past challenges. It's unclear exactly what he was referring to in the note. We're told by investigators have determined Twitch took an Uber from his home to the motel less than a mile from his home Monday morning and switched his phone to airplane mode so no one could reach him. Oh, no one could reach or track him. Now it's a couple of different rumors and things like that going around. Allegedly, he lost millions in crypto. And that, yes, I did watch that. That's the shit right there. But allegedly, he lost millions in crypto, and that was a reason that he decided to take his life. I'm not sure, but either way it goes, it's very sad. I follow this fool on TikTok, and he just posted a TikTok with him and his wife. So when I first heard about this, I was like, ain't no way that man is dead. I literally just see the TikTok the day before yesterday he posted. So as I'm scrolling, I'm seeing more and more that it is true. So you're right, CM. It is very odd. Very, very odd. Supposedly, when the wife found out, she went straight to the police department to report it. Which makes me think that maybe he had always had some sort of issues or something like that going on. Otherwise, why would she want? I mean, I'm just guessing. Like, why not call family, see if maybe they've heard from him or something like that? But she went straight to the police because she had suspected that something was really off with the whole situation. Baby sis, I'm gonna start with you. Do you have any thoughts or anything about this? I mean, the whole situation is sad. He had 3 little kids and all. I think she had one, and then they had 2 together, something like that. But he was a father regardless.
I can honestly say I still don't know who this man is. I've never watched So You Think You Can Dance. I didn't watch Ellen's show only because fuck Ellen DeGeneres. But it's sad anytime you see anybody take their own lives. Feel bad for his wife. Feel bad for his family. But fuck Ellen. And that's all I gotta say.
Mizzle, what you think about that?
Yeah, when I saw the news too, when I woke up, I said, "What? What's going on?" I was like, I didn't. It just came out of nowhere. And yes, I remember him for So You Can Think of Dance because I used to have a dance background, so I watched a lot of dance shows, and I remember him from there. And it's sad, and it's like you never know. So like, yes, he was happy. He was doing a lot of videos that he was with a lot of celebrities dancing and happy, doing his happy place. But I guess sometimes you never know what's behind the cameras, what's going on in someone's life. And even though if he had wife and kids and like that, sometimes going through life events doesn't always make you happy. It just make that you just going through the living. It's living. Or you just existing, basically, not living.
Yeah.
So it's like he just probably was existing in his mind. He was existing and living in physical, but he wasn't present mentally. And that's a lot going on. The fact that he did this, and I guess he knew that he was going to end his life, that left the home, put on phone airplane mode. They wanted nobody to talk to him and trying to get to him, or at least trying somebody to try to attempt to stop him. I guess he did that in silence. So it's like, so I don't know what's going on. That's what people was like. And then I don't like to think people have theories, and it's like every time someone passed away, and everybody want to have a theory. They have information. Oh, now you have all this information. What was going on here? So I was like, okay. It's just like sometimes it's only listen to a lot of people what they think, because I think I saw one that was saying that he had like a huge step, and he had trouble with the depth, and he didn't like it. So I said, okay, like now what all y'all came around with something with all this information? Like y'all no trust like that. So I don't like that. Praise him, his family, and everything. They hope to hear from this, because even though they probably think that was shocking for them to listen to see that it was just good, and then all of a sudden this happens. That's why people say this. Let people express their feelings and talk to you and reach out and sort of thing. Start notice things. And I think somebody mentioned on Twitter. I want to stop here. I mentioned on Twitter something about if y'all give men space to open up, maybe they just don't happen. And some people say, I was like, yeah, I think it's true. That's why a lot of men is all shunning, not really want to express themselves, and they suffer in silence. And we need to do better for that, like that. And they also need to really speak out, and people give it a chance to be open up to speak out, and not shame them and all say it's too gay or man up or what you doing, this, that. We just stop doing
everything you said, Miz, you took right out of my mouth. For real.
Much, because I know this was his situation, but in most men they don't speak up because they all feel shame that people will say, oh, you too soft, too sensitive, too this, too that. I said, okay, but y'all don't like them being angry. Y'all don't want them hitting people. I'd rather them doing that instead of hitting me and doing all that stuff. So it is sad that it's going through it, and it's hopefully that's it.
Tracy?
If y'all need somebody to talk to, dial 988. Nobody should ever have to feel like they're suffering alone. Everybody got issues. Everybody got problems. There's always something going on. Even if you don't feel comfortable expressing it, you can definitely do it in private. I go to therapy. therapy, whatever you need to do to get the help that you need. Because, every time I hear somebody say, they're like, well, he was always so happy. He was always smiling. He was always dancing. He was just always so. And that's like the common thing I hear whenever we hear anything about him. It is, oh, but he was always so. So it just lets you know that regardless of what you see on the outside, you never know what someone is going through, dealing with, or has going on the inside.
Yes.
So, just make sure that you check on all of your friends, not just, how people say, oh, check on your strong friend because nobody
Yeah.
checks on your strong friend. Well,
Yeah.
apparently check on your happy friends too. Check on all your
Absolutely.
friends. Don't just pick one group of friends and talk. Check on all your friends.
Absolutely. Yeah. I totally agree with that. Sir Neil, what's your thoughts? Oh, he clicked out. Well, I would just like to say, for me, I deal with, like Liver of Life was saying, I don't know if y'all read his comment, but I deal with bipolar depression, and I've dealt with bipolar depression for a couple of years now. And so I know what it's like to put on a happy face and pretend like you're good and pretend like, nothing is going on, everything is good, and, to make people laugh. And everybody, a lot of the times, they see me as being strong and see me as being the person that you can lean on and that can talk to about your problems and vent to. And I am, and I'm all that, and I like being that vault and that person that a lot of people feel comfortable coming to and expressing their feelings and different private things like that. But like Tracy said, at the same time, me being strong, a lot of times people don't check on me and sort of ask those questions, kind of like how I reach out or send little messages like I love you or hey, what's going on, you was just on my mind, different things like that. And I'm not saying that for anybody to do that. I'm saying that as in, if you have somebody in your life who you always depend on, who's always there to be your shoulder to cry on, who's always there for you to listen when you're venting and you're going through problems, make sure you reciprocate that same energy, because it's a lot to take on other people's emotions and take on other people's frustrations and their burdens and things like that. So absolutely check on your strong friends, check on the ones that you don't see as being weak, but at the same time, like Tracy said, check on your happy friends. Check on your friends that's always smiling, always in a good mood. Don't ever seem like nothing is wrong. Nothing in the world can get them down, because I can guarantee you there's a storm brewing within them that they may not necessarily know how to talk about. They may not feel comfortable to talk about, or they might not even know how to open up and have somebody to go to and talk about. So I just wanted to say that, and again, like you said, check on your strong friends. Check your friends who lost loved ones, especially around this time. Grief, depression is for real, and that is very, very true. Which is another reason why I feel like I always got to be, in this good mood and be happy and things like that, because this is a time I think I have seasonal depression more than anything, because it does sort of kick in around the holidays, because you know, I don't have the elders to lean on in my family, different things like that. But again, like she said, just check on your strong friends, check on those who you lean on. And yeah, that's it.
Look,
Like
if y'all
Tracy said,
ever,
it's 988.
yep, it's 988.
Yeah.
Listen, if y'all ever don't know what to do, you can always do what I do. You go to Twitter and you can send them a random pic, and it's a good laugh. It's a good joke. Listen, I ask
I'm
Auntie
telling
Momo. I
you.
just randomly will send her, like, oh, girl, look what I found. Bam.
Yeah.
Brighten your
Tracy,
day.
that's why I always call Tracy like the secret weapon, or like my secret spot, because a lot of times she don't even know the shit that she sends to me. Like she says, it'll be so random, but it's exactly what I needed at that time to get my mind off of what I'm going through. So I thank you for that, Tracy, and my baby sisters, because my baby sisters have called me sometimes just randomly when I'm deep in my thoughts, and I immediately kind of sort of pull myself out of that, because I feel like, okay, that's that wake up that I needed to sort of not sink in that depression. You know what I'm saying? I've never had thoughts of taking my own lives or nothing like that. But I can say I've had thoughts to where I just want to sleep. And I'm not saying like eternal rest. I'm just saying just sleep and just sleep through my problems and just sleep it off. You know what I mean? If anybody can relate to that, that's what I mean by that. I thank you for that, Liver of Life. I check in, I say, yes, you do. And I appreciate you that for that so much. You can also text 988 as well. That's good. CM says she crochets, dance, exercise, sing, and watch Roman. Girl, I love me some Roman Reigns, CM. We could have been talking about that a long time ago. Baby, I love me some WWE wrestling. You better kiss my ass, baby. I love me some WWE wrestling. Okay, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens is my baby daddies. Okay, white boys that I love. Get into it. Anyways, though, y'all, let's move on to the next thing, child. How this heifer pregnant? I don't goddamn know, child. But Joyce, R. Kelly's fiance, Joycelyn Savage, allegedly welcomes a baby girl. Now, in an IG account allegedly belonging to Joyce, recently made the baby announcement. Back in August, she revealed she was expecting a baby with the incarcerated singer, even though his legal team has denied this. No additional details about the birth have been released. Child, who this woman pregnant by? The baby's name is Ava Lee Kelly, born on 12/8/22.
Why is R. Kelly's legal team denying this baby?
She says that she had them freeze my eggs until I was ready.
Okay, that is not answering my question. Why is R. Kelly's legal team denying this baby?
I mean, I guess the same reason they denied the album. I don't know.
Come on now. You know that was his goddamn album.
That was his album. That was his voice. That was the funniest, disgusting thing ever. But what possible legal ramifications is he possible? How old is this woman?
She grown.
Okay, how old is grown? 20s, 30s. Like 20s. We know his type is below 18, so
20s.
20s. So again, what legal ramifications could he possibly be facing by admitting, yeah, I put my sperm in that woman's egg?
When did the IVF process start? When did the freezing of egg? You see what I mean? So those are my questions, right? So if I am questioning, so if I'm saying like, oh no, guess what? Ha ha ha, that's not his baby. My question then goes and says, well, she's grown, he's grown. If she says she was doing IVF, what's the problem? Oh wait, when did she start freezing her eggs? Maybe that is the problem. Maybe the problem leads back to I was only 16 when I started freezing my eggs. Maybe that's the problem.
I was just gonna ask, how old is she?
I thought you can't freeze until you're 18 anyway. And if that's the case, if she was 16 when she got her eggs frozen, where's the parental consent?
Listen, Aaliyah wasn't supposed to be getting married underage either, but apparently when it comes to R. Kelly, you can make anything happen.
In that one. I don't care what her mom and daddy got to say. Aaliyah, may you rest in peace.
Yeah, Aaliyah, mom, I'm sorry. Aaliyah, may you rest in peace. But your mom and
daddy, may you rest in peace, but your parents weren't shit.
Listen. At this point, if you're paying cash, right, and you fill out paperwork, who's really verifying IDs? Not when you paying cash. Not when you're paying cash.
I don't give a fuck. Not for a clinic that is specializing in freezing eggs, because that's a special license that you got to go through.
Girl,
I don't think a doctor.
That's a lie. Go back. Because they got all these true crimes talking about how the doctors at the IVF clinics was using their own sperm to impregnate.
Okay, no, that is using sperm.
Sins of our fathers.
I am talking about freezing a woman's eggs. I'm not talking about some man getting lazy trying to fertilize the whole damn earth.
Oh, no. Go back. Then you also got it was just on, it's either Dateline or 2020, where the woman was going in and taking the money for people who was paying and not running it through their insurance, not doing nothing. So they have no idea who these people was that they was performing operations and stuff on, because the lady was just pocketing the cash. There is always somebody out there who don't care and is willing to risk it all for a check.
Okay, but you know what? You know what? You know what? You know what's gonna settle all of this right here, real quick, because she gonna ask for child support. If this is R. Kelly's baby, they won't issue child support unless they get a paternity test, a DNA test on that baby.
Child support from what?
Well, somebody said, can you even get conjugal visits in prison? Andrea from Love After Lockup damn show showed us it was possible.
I don't care about conjugal visits. I care about fucking calling Maury, telling him he needs to come out of retirement and doing a special who the daddy.
Oh, I don't even care who the daddy. If this is the person who you want to be the father of your child, then my problem is with the mama. Because who looks at R. Kelly and say, you know what?
That's a perfect father.
My baby.
This is the guy who I want to put my baby on. What?
No, ma'am. No ham.
What?
No ham. I do not like green eggs and ham. Hell no.
I don't like you, Sam. I am.
Shit, no. Aubrey Kelly, what you got to say about a Mizzle?
Child, this is a scandal mess. I got what to do with it. Because I don't know. Because I was like, he has been in the prison for a while now, so I don't know what she was doing. She's hopping on it every chance she get, and I don't know what he was doing as far as like that to get pregnant. But and she said she freezes her eggs. Like I was with Tracy, when did she freeze her eggs? And now why she feel the need to announce this anyway? He's in freaking prison for a while now. You don't need to be announcing your baby girl. Keep that to yourself and just move on to your life. Nobody really cares. So I don't know what's going on with this girl because I know she's been with him.
I wonder if she's trying to save face.
Now. And what her family? What her family think? Oh well, her family didn't get
that's what I'm saying. What if that's not even his baby? She got pregnant by somebody else, but she was trying to save face.
She's so wrapped up in his freaking world. I said, then you wrapped up in the prison like, oh, you want to do a love after lockup story? Okay, I can see it.
like Ian said, child.
Locked up, they won't let me out.
Okay, who is a blue hell? R. Kelly was a good dad.
Point. Congratulations. Congratulations for what? Child, get out of our face.
Wait, but babies are blessings.
Yes,
babies are blessings. Speaking of baby, you know, Riri's baby is
blessed. I'm not even a baby. It is
Riri's baby is freaking adorable. That baby is so cute. That baby is so cute. Riri's baby.
It don't make no sense. Daddy look like a burnt, skinny cockroach.
Well,
yeah, the daddy do look a mess.
Look, you can't tell me, but Travis Scott and A$AP Rocky look like they could be twin brothers. They both look the same.
They are.
So
they really do. I always get them confused all the time. Oh shit! I steady get their ass goddamn confused. Anyways, though, child, moving on from that, this next story is crazy. There was a student, and let me see where she was from. What college was this? Well, there was a student that was arrested. This was the HBCU. I do remember seeing that. This was the HBCU, and a student got arrested. The professor called the campus police to come and arrest her because she did not want to apologize for getting out of line with thank you, CM, with Winston-Salem State.
That's like witchcraft.
Okay, don't it? Don't it? Bitch done hanging witches and trees and shit. That's what it sounds like. But she didn't want to apologize for getting out of line with the teacher. So she ended up calling the campus police. The girl got arrested. And I want to say she ended up getting arrested for a second-degree misdemeanor for was it? I forgot what it was. Oh no, she was arrested in class for refusing to apologize. What exactly it was, I don't know. But child, I'm gonna play this and we're gonna get into some commentary about it.
Hey, Jason.
She was arrested for not apologizing to her professor during a class.
Oops.
I
swear to God, I hate you, bro. You're the worst teacher ever. You get me taken out of here because I want to apologize? Because I want to apologize? You started yelling at me. You trying to embarrass me about my paper. You're a terrible teacher.
Dr. Cynthia Villa-Gomez told Marie that she needed to revise her assignment 6 hours before a group project was due. Marie refused to follow her instructions but still came to class. She was frustrated but ready to present with her group. The professor told Marie that not updating the project would hurt her grade. That's when the two started yelling at each other, and when it escalated, the police were called. She got bruises and a misdemeanor second-degree offense. Marie decided not to come back to the university after the incident. She was arrested for not apologizing to her professor during a class.
What are y'all thoughts about that?
Look, I mean, first of all, I heard that they've had problems. Some students have had problems out of this teacher before. So, you know what? It's not surprising that she got a whole Black girl arrested for refusing to apologize for doing the same thing that the teacher was doing in the first place. And that kills me. The teacher was apparently yelling at this girl first. The girl reacted and was yelling back at her, and the teacher got the balls to play victim. Fuck that old, ugly ass white lady. I hope they fire her. And the white officer that arrested the student, apparently they've had problems out of him too. Both of them need to go ahead and get fired. The fuck
Now, mind you,
apologize or get arrested? Apologize or get arrested. The fuck type of choice is that? No, fucking arrest me, then I'm gonna sue your ass.
Well, she's been a professor at that school for, I believe it's 17 years. So she's not a new professor that's been there. Mizzle, what's your thoughts?
Some students still have had problems out of that same teacher.
I'm gonna say it's like a lot of these professors kind of got soft, because I know when I was growing up, I had a mouth on me a little bit. So I was, according to this, I might have been arrested. Talk about some teachers call something like that. So you freaking telling me what to do? Well, had a mouth. I was still a good student, but still, I don't know. Us had some mouth sometimes. We talk back to professors, so teachers, not in college, just high school. But I was like, okay, so she don't want to apologize. But why are we calling the police? Or why are we arresting her in the HBCU? I was like, I never really saw that happening before. I mean, the much that we talk back to a professor, something like that, you could just get escorted out your classroom. And to be honest, like, if you didn't want to go to class that day, I would have gone out. Shell, come back the next day. Shell, what the hell's going on? It was like, well, you could get called the police and have them arrested for all that because she won't apologize or whatever the situation. I understand with the paper about changing your doing the presentation right and everything, all that stuff, yada yada. That's still her class and it's still her rules. But I wouldn't go that far for arresting her. Just get her out the classroom. But going through all that, that's too much. And I don't know. It's like, as much I did want to go to HBCU when I was younger, I went to predominantly white college, institution, and I loved it. I was like, all these stories I hear about HBCU, is it really that glorified or is it really that great? Because I was like, I don't know. All these stories I hear about it, it's like, okay, it don't seem like it's that much thing, unless the only thing you get is the school spirit. I mean, that's my opinion. So, but this is a stupid situation. I don't know. We'll go through all that, just get her. If she was having trouble, just say, listen, you will get this incomplete. I don't know, because I told you to try to change the class, change the grade. You don't want to do that, so but I'm not arguing with you. No, I ain't doing all that. You can get out the classroom, and that was like that. But having a arrested doing all that was too much. And then you gotta have a black officer next to that white officer looking all stupid. I was chill.
Tracy, what's your thoughts?
It is done. I don't know. It was too much.
Something's missing out of this story because this don't make much sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this. After watching the way kids done cursed out, jumped on, and did everything else the teachers in 2021, 2022, and most likely 2023 and on, I don't know. I mean, was the difference either call the police and get her arrested or beat her up? I don't know. At this point, I don't put nothing past absolutely nobody, because we've watched the videos of kids jumping on teachers. And remember that whole like TikTok trend where they was like jumping on teachers? It was hell nah. You slap me. So you don't know what's in the mindset of people nowadays. We don't know what was said that then the teacher felt the need to then call the police. I don't know. Again, I have no idea enough of this backstory. All I see is, oh, she got arrested. I'm like, for disorderly conduct, for not apologizing. Something about this story don't sound right to me. Because I'm with Mizzle.
It
They'd
is.
just put you out. Like they'd just ever so politely put you out. Now, if you refuse to not leave, then that's something different. But for me personally, um, I need to know what actually was said and what actually happened that escalated it to this point, because
Mhm.
something about this seems like there are some pieces here that are missing on both sides of this account. Not to say that I'm defending the teacher, because I don't know that lady, but if she's been there like 17 years, she's probably a tenured professor, so they ain't gonna leave her. Like, they ain't gonna they can't get rid of her, so that's not an option. Mm, mm. I mean, pressuring her to rewrite an essay with 6+ hours of a presentation.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that may sound harsh, but there has been times where I had to do something and then I was up all night doing it for the next day. So, I mean, that's a
Yeah.
part of college life
Yeah,
as well. So,
exactly.
some
Mhm.
things is like, if you can't handle the heat, then maybe this isn't the right thing for you.
I saw the girl that got arrested. I saw her TikTok where she was explaining the situation. She said that she had sent in the paper for the teacher, for the professor to look at before the
Mhm.
presentation was due, like a week in advance or something like that. And the professor never got back to her until 6 hours before the project was due. That's why she was frustrated.
Oh yeah, I would never say it. Yeah, I could send you a way long advance, and now you just hitting me back. Child.
Yeah, she had sent that paper in well in advance before, and the
Yeah.
professor never got back to her. Or at least that's what the girl said in her follow up TikTok.
Now that sheds more light to it, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. I would have been pissed too. Hell no.
Because that sheds more light to it. Now, again, to me, there just seems to be something missing from this account, right? Because even that to me doesn't then lead to apologize or be arrested. Like, there's some piece of this that I'm missing, right?
The
So if
only
I'm
thing
getting
else that I could think of as to why this professor was so hell bent on apologize or get put out, is that her and the professor had gotten to it earlier this school year before, and the teacher was just done with her.
yeah, see, there's just something I don't know. But I will say this. So base it off of the limited piece of information that I see here. Um, they both wrong.
Yeah, all the way.
They're both wrong. They're both wrong. Because no offense, you're paying to be there. If you're in college, you're paying to be in school. So you are, like, literally. It's not like high school. It's not like middle where you just go show up and they have to teach you. Like, nah, you're paying to be there. There's processes that you go through with you and your professor don't get along. But again, um, as having a college student who I be ready to strangle about grades, I understand that is probably frustrating as hell that you give somebody the redrafted version of their stuff right before it's due and then tell them that they need to redo it to present it. That is just, that's basura. It's trash. It's disgusting.
Mhm.
Disgusting.
Well, I will say this. On one hand, yeah, that teacher wrong as hell. Like, I know I'd be pissed off if I was her and I was in her shoes. And like you said, she did all this work on this assignment. She sent this to her a week ago, and you just now getting this back to me, especially if it's somebody like me, nigga. It takes me a minute to write a motherfucking paper, depending on what it is. Bitch, I just can't skim through that shit. It's gonna take me some time. You know what I'm saying? So if you did that and then they tell, she whatever tells you right before that, you need to revise this, I don't blame her. I'd be pissed off and I'd be mad as hell too. And I'd want to cuss her out the hell too. However, I will say I have a lot of friends that are teachers and we all have been students in the classroom. And we know how goddamn disrespectful those students can be.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them students will cuss a teacher out, up and goddamn down, will say what the hell they want to say just to sort of embarrass them. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, baby sis, her and well, these two have went at it before, and they were saying something like she cussed at the teacher and the teacher cussed back at her, and so they started cussing at each other. So ultimately the teacher wanted her to apologize for being disrespectful and cursing in the class, and she was like, well, you cursed at me and you yelled at me and blah 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 blah. And so the teacher was telling her, you know, you need to apologize, and that's how it escalated from there. Regardless of the situation, i I do think, like I said, the teacher was wrong, and I'd have been pissed off if I was in her situation. However, a lot of these goddamn kids are disrespectful as hell, and you never know what it was exactly that she said to that damn teacher that made the teacher go off on her ass the way that she did. I'm just saying. Any other thoughts, opinions on that at all?
Yeah, they both was wrong in the situation.
They both were. Yes, they both were. They both were. All right, y'all. I'm trying to find this next story. Moving on to the next thing. Okay, let me get into this. So y'all know Gunna is out. Okay, Gunna supposedly had got 6 years for what exactly it was. Was it no? Anyways, he went on to denounce YSL. He's saying that YSL was basically a gang, and that, you know, he basically denounced that. He wanted to basically plead guilty to his RICO charges, and that's basically, I guess, is it's for other charges, basically saying that you're not gonna tell on yourself, you're not saying that you did it, but you're just gonna go ahead and plead guilty, because if you end up, you know, pleading not innocent, going to court, you got more of a likelihood of going to jail for a longer time. So he's, pleading or telling his side, saying he's guilty to what he's doing now. A lot of people saying that he snitched. He's saying that he didn't snitch. I don't know how the whole situation with that goes. But here recently, Young Thug was in court, and his court Zoom call ended up getting porn bombed. It was hacked, and they played gay porn, and it was a man shown throughout the courtroom, and he was basically doing some shit on there. So this happened in the middle of a goddamn Zoom court call. I wish I could have seen that court call. I don't even lie. I just want to see what was actually going on for research purposes, of course. For any of y'all, do any of y'all know about the whole court case with Gunna and Young Thug, and what do y'all think about all of this? Do y'all think he actually snitched to get out? Because mind you, he was supposed to get 5 years, but he ended up doing, I think it was only like 8 months, 10 months, something like that, and he's out. And a lot of people had a lot of stuff to say about the whole situation with that. Like I said, he claims that he didn't snitch, but I don't know. I'm from the hood, and automatically I think the nigga doggone snitch. I'm just saying. Tracy, what's your thoughts on the whole situation?
So I watched the Young Thug Zoom court because I'm nosy, right? So I watch all the trial. I be at work. I be at work. I be at work. I ain't got nothing else to do. Okay, I could type and listen. Don't judge me. But I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go listen to this because I found it interesting, because the day before Gunner took the plea, right? So I was like, oh, I'm super interested to see how that was. So for Gunner, because he did that Alford plea, which basically says, I'm not choosing guilty, but you, based on the evidence you had, you gonna find me guilty. So I'm just gonna plead no contest, and I'm gonna take this time. When he did that, I was like, oh, that doesn't seem like he snitched. But when you listen to the audio of him with the judge, it was like, wait. And then if you go back and you read his plea agreement, he agreed that he would go back in and testify if he had to.
I'm going to see if I can find that.
That, to me, was the piece where I was like, oh, oh, you said that you would testify if you had to. Like, it's a part of his plea agreement. So although he's saying, oh no, I'm not going to testify, I'm not going to snitch. To me, my thought process is this: he might not have done anything besides dot some I's and cross some T's to help make sure that the people were on the right path of where they needed to be. And everybody has like their different feelings on the different things. So when it came to Young Thug, his appearance was, oh wait, you got it.
Yep, I got it.
Oh,
so go ahead. Go ahead and finish saying what you were saying, and then we'll play it.
So for Young Thug, he was there for pre-trial to try and get some evidence tossed out. They did end up getting some of the evidence did get tossed out in his case. So he did lose. So some evidence did get tossed out in his case, but that's what they were there for. And it was funny because when it was supposed to start, it was like 2 hours late. It was like 2 hours late. He didn't. It was super long. You seen all the screens with all the different people, you know, waiting in connection for their stuff and waiting on everything. So you're seeing there, and then they start the audio, and then they'll start talking. Then the audio cuts out. So it was a lot of start and stop, audio drum falling off, video falling off, and I was like, this is so weird. I've watched all these, and it never happens like this. What is going on? So then the next thing you know, I'm looking at the thing. I was like, oh, this seems so weird. I was like, huh, that Zoom don't look like, because they were all in these little Zoom boxes, right? It's like 30 little people on the screen in these little Zoom boxes because they have so many defendants. So all these little things. So if you were looking at it, you didn't see what it was. I guess because you're also looking at a monitor of a monitor, and it's not super close because you're also looking at the courtroom. So you didn't realize what that was, and then it just went down again. So I didn't even realize that that's what that was until it started coming out. I was like, that's what the hell that was? That is so interesting. But you did hear them say "Free Young Thug." That was it.
Also, they was gay fucking talking about Free Young Thug.
No, so it was the video playing, and it was audio over it. So you heard someone say "Free Young Thug," like "Free Thugga, Free Thugga." So I thought somebody was in the courtroom, right? Because if you're just watching, you don't realize. I thought somebody was in a courtroom saying it, and they shut it down because they had to get the person out. But no, it was the video that had it playing over the show that they were showing on the screen.
God damn, got to be more careful. Shit, I wish I could have seen just a little glimpse, just a little something. That'd sure been nice, child. But listen to this. This is Gunna in the courtroom snitching, child.
With YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Hitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label and a game, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in purpose of the game.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped a vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocodone, methamphetamine, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you acknowledge the following statement? I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL the game to the detriment of my community. YSL as a game must end. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.
So yeah, y'all see the nigga D. He got on up there, drop a dime on them niggas. He got up there, dropped a whole ass dime on him, child.
The only reason I say I think on the back end, I don't think he fully snitched. I just think he like dotted some I's and crossed some T's. Like, nah, it wasn't these people, but you might want to look for these people. That wasn't there. You might want to look over there. I think if there's something like that, just because, fine. Okay, fine. You take the Alfred plea. Cool. But then the fact of how they reduced his sentence and how they changed everything up just seemed more suspicious. Because you went from facing 15 years to facing 6. Now your 6 got reduced to 1. Then the 1 got reduced to time served. And then it just got stretched down to say, oh, you need to be on probation. But we're just going to make you do, I think it's like 500 hours of community service or something like that. Like the way that his plea went made me think that something about this wasn't just a basic Alfred plea. Because if it was just an Alfred plea, why would you get so much leniency when you're pleading guilty, right? You're pleading guilty. This is what you have, and it's saying that, okay, based off of the charges that you've agreed to, you should get 6 years. How did those two things now match up? Unless you did something else on the back end, which was, I didn't tell you exactly. I just told you that this person and that person wasn't there. And I just told you that you might not want to look on this street, but maybe that street over there is what it's giving me.
So he didn't snitch, but he snitched a little bit.
That's what it's giving. It's giving. I didn't snitch. I didn't tell you who shot Lil Ray Ray around the corner. I'm just telling you that you looking on the wrong corner. You want to look on the corner over there for the cases, not on this corner over here. But I don't know who had the gun in their hand for Lil Ray Ray. That's what it's giving me. It's giving, let me help you make sure you got all of your faculties with you and yourself and you got some good understandings. You know, like SWV, I just need some understanding.
I need
Escape, girl. She said understand. Escape. Yeah, CM, they only want Thugga and or baby. They want Thugga ass. He ain't going nowhere. Thugga was gonna go anyway for that whole Lil Wayne thing. They want Thugga ass and they gonna get goddamn Thugga ass. But child, like I said, anybody got the 411 on any of them videos from the porn Bob, gonna holler at your girl.
I think Gunna realize that he's too pretty to go to jail.
He's too pretty, child.
Who? They ugly as hell. I mean,
in Gunna's mind, he think he's the finest thing out there.
Let me rephrase that because it's Christmas time. What they say on TikTok, I'm not saying the baby is ugly. I'm saying the baby father is ugly and the baby look like him. That's it. Okay. Y'all, let's move on to the last.
And Gunna's mind, he pretty boy and he too pretty to go to jail.
We all think we beautiful.
Oh yeah, I got nothing to say about this Gunna thing. I don't follow that, so it is what it is.
I know
it sounds like he gave some clues that could help lead them.
He gave specific like blues clues.
Not so much
blues clues.
He gave Scooby Doo clues. Goddamn it, Mickey Mouse
clues to help them solve a situation. They'd probably be more lenient and give you your sentences. As long as you give them help of investigating, because you try to steer them along a different direction that doesn't work out, then they won't get your ass. But whatever. This whole snitch thing and treat the. I said that's why I never got to this gang stuff and like that. And you ain't try to come at me and you know I snitch. I said fuck all of you, fuck you and everybody else.
Listen,
I'm snitching.
You know, in a heartbeat, bitch. I'm not no ride or die, bitch.
I'm not a ride or die. You do something illegal in front of me.
No fraternities, none of that. I said
police.
At this point, I think I'm on the wrong panel. What y'all mean?
I'm not riding or die. Fuck that. The only person I'm riding or dying for is my son. That's it. I'm not riding. That's it. That's it. I can't ride or die. I love you. I damn sure POP hold it down. God damn it. I send something on your commissary.
I'm with you in spirit.
Okay. I'm with you in spirit. You can call on me for prayers all day, every day.
Prayers, thoughts and prayers. You can call me for.
That part. All right, y'all. Moving on. The last thing that we got to talk about is this Megan, Tory, and Kelsey trial. The classic case of clues, bitch. Who shot you? This is a whole Biggie Tupac goddamn mystery right here, child. And I want y'all to listen to what Joe Budden had to say. Now, y'all know Joe Budden always got something to say.
Really?
He always got something to say, but I just want y'all to listen to this. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody coming down on Megan, and you know, the latest that they had to say, you know, Jonisha always got something to say. Jonisha, that's what they call him. So let's hear what Jonisha had to say, and we're gonna get into some commentary, y'all.
I stand in my dislike with a girl. So let me be clear to the audience. That has nothing to do with this case or Tory Lanez. For me personally, I've seen this woman do horrible things to some really great people that I have long-standing relationships with in this industry. So I'm biased. Like, you can't just treat my friends and people I with and people I've seen in this game for 15 years a certain way. That aside, I'm talking about her and what she's chosen to do professionally. I want to be clear. I don't.
Now, what are y'all? Okay. If anybody has or has not been, she called him the violin villain. Okay. I like that. So I am one of them nosy ass people. Okay. Like, she been keeping up with the Thugger trial. I've been keeping up with this Meg, Tory, and Kelsey trial. Okay. If none of y'all been keeping up with it, I'm gonna just give y'all a quick rundown. I'm gonna give y'all, you know, a synopsis of what sort of would have conspired. Okay. Now, Megan gave her testimony on Monday. And in the testimony, you know, she said a lot of powerful things. All right, guys, I have to go. Stay blessed. Love you, live of life. You have a good night. So she was saying how, you know, a lot of her sex life came up, which I don't understand why a lot of her sex life came up, because that don't have nothing to do with this case. But to a certain extent, if you look at it in some ways, it does. And here's why I say this, okay? This is why I say this. It's a contributing factor to why she may have gotten shot. That's what I say. It's a contributing factor. I'm not saying this is the reason. Contributing factor. Okay, so Megan said that she did admit that there was an altercation between her and Kelsey, because you remember when the whole situation originally happened, she said that she was sitting in the car, nothing happened that night. She was sitting in the car and she got out the car, and all of a sudden this nigga Tory just shot her for no reason. Now, I'm one of them people that was looking at her like she was a complete innocent victim. Like, this nigga had Napoleon syndrome. Why would he just shoot her out the blue? But at the same time, it was a whole lot of questions behind the shit. You know what I'm saying? So come to find out, there was a get together at Kylie's party, and afterwards at the party, it came out that Megan was fucking around with Tory behind Kelsey's back. Now, again, what her sex life has to do with this whole situation, I don't know. But there was a fight that escalated as they were being kicked out of Kylie's party. And it was because Megan was drunk. She was drinking. She ended up getting into it with Tory. As her and Tory are getting into it, Tory ended up spilling the beans that he and Megan was fucking around. Now, I don't know if that was a straw that broke the camel's back, because it had came out in court that Megan also slept with some other gentleman. I can't remember his name if y'all know it. Ben Simmons, I think it's what it is. I'm not really sure. Although he denies it. Not too sure about that. And the baby. She slept with both of them behind Kelsey's back, who was messing with them first. Now, when it came out, you know, Tory let it come out that he was messing around with Megan. That's when a fight ensued between Kelsey and Megan. Now, there was a witness whose driveway they actually got a fight in, who said that he seen a larger woman who was beating the crap out of a smaller woman. Now, that witness, I don't know if he's supposed to testify or whatnot. I don't know. But now there was also a broken chain and one of Kelsey's fingernails that was found on the scene as well. Ben said he doesn't know. Yeah, he said he doesn't know her or Kelsey. So where that come, I don't know if he's just denying it or what. I don't know, child. But his name is coming up for whatever damn reason. Now they end up getting into a whole fight. From there, From Megan's account, you know, she's saying that she tried to walk away. This nigga Tory stood over the car and he got he shot her or whatnot. That's why he tested positive for gunshot residue. Now, him and Kelsey both tested positive for gunshot residue. And me and Tracy was going back and forth about why we think, you know, who did what. Right. So now Megan told her side of the story. Then comes time for Kelsey to get on the stand. Soon as Kelsey gets in there to the courtroom, she asks for immunity. Now, she asked for immunity basically for her to testify her statement that she made in court. Now, she gets on there. Some things she does answer, but she ends up pleading the fifth to a lot of the things that end up, you know, were brought up in court. Like, did Tory threaten to shoot you, or did Tory shoot Megan? Different things like that. She pled the fifth too. Now, you know, her baby daddy is somebody who is on the same label as Carl Crawford, who Megan has issues with, who he put out there. They got a whole lawsuit themselves next month. Now, this whole shit is a daggone mess. Okay. I feel like Kelsey may have done it. In my opinion, I feel like after her and Kelsey got into it, you know how your emotions is flying. You heated, you pissed off. She maybe went and grabbed that gun and just started shooting. Maybe Tory tried to wrestle the gun away from her. The gun went off a few more times, and maybe he shot, you know, they shot in the direction. That's why there was, you know, scrap metal or whatnot by her feet. Now, it could be he told the bitch to dance like in Harlem Night or something, threatened to shoot the bitch in a pinky toe or whatnot. But I think Kelsey did it. That's just my thoughts. That's my opinions on that. Whomever wants to go next, y'all say y'all piece. Y'all say who y'all think did it and why you think.
I think Tory did it. I think after Tory shot Meg, he gave the gun to Kelsey and told Kelsey to shoot it. Actually, no, I'll take that back. I don't even think Tory that fucking smart. Well, I just think maybe Kelsey was just close enough for her to get gunshot residue on her. Like, who said that? Like CM said.
Now, I will say in Kelsey's original statement, she said that he threatened to shoot her, that he, you know, went over there and started hitting on her, was beating on her. She said had patches of her hair that was pulled out. That could have been from her and Megan fighting too. I don't know. You never know. She could have got gunshot residue on her that way, but
he got a Napoleon complex, little man syndrome. He didn't like the fact that what Meg said was right. Didn't nobody know who he was until he got on the fucking remix to Jack Harlow song. And he's again. If Meg wanted to help out the leprechaun community, she should have just bought a box of Lucky Charms.
And August Alsina too. He is a little goddamn leprechaun.
You know what? But the only person who said that Tory and Meg was not Tory and Meg, that said Kelsey and Meg was fighting was Tory's side, which is
the neighbor. The neighbor,
but the neighbor didn't testify. But no neighbor testified.
I want to say who the neighbor? Where the neighbor at? Everybody want to bring up the neighbor said this. The neighbor said that. Where the fuck the neighbor at? The neighbor ain't showing up to testify. I don't want to hear
there was
shit
a
about the
police
neighbor.
report where the neighbor said that they also found Kelsey's fingernail and a broken chain in the driveway.
But they have
that's the driveway.
Yeah, but but in Kelsey's statement, she was outside a car and her and Tory fought, and which is why. And in her like 80-minute thing, she said, like, you know, he ripped out my hair, he did this, he did that, you know, he broke my chain. So it's one of those things where, depending on which side you believe, right, turns into the story that you kind of go with. But then we also have the thing of the driver who's also the driver who's Tory's person, they can't find. Meg's bodyguard, they can't find, but now people on social media realize that Meg's bodyguard is over at the World Cup doing security over there. So he's not missing per se, right? Because he's actively on social media. But he's actively on social media doing.
Yeah, they want to get him. They could get him.
Yeah, so it's not like he's missing. If I'm at the World Cup doing security am I missing? Not
Who we doing
really.
security for?
Oh, some funny looking like
I don't
the person
believe
is
that.
not American.
Okay, but you know what? This fool knew that the trial was coming up,
Yeah.
just like everybody else. So now is the perfect time to go over to fucking World Cup area and do security. No.
But do you
This
know how long
fool
the
knows
World Cup's
something.
been
I'm gonna
going
need him to
on?
get subpoenaed because I don't appreciate the way that they over here trying to drag down my girl. She ain't do. Granted, yeah, she shouldn't have lied. Meg should not have lied in her initial reporting to the police. I will give everybody that. But at the same time, can you really blame her for lying?
I like, so this is me, right? So this is my feeling of it. Okay, fine. They got into an argument at the Jenners, they left. Fine, right? They went back to go get them. Fine. They went back to go get Tori. Fine, fine, fine. They're all in the car. According to Kelsey and according to Meg, because 2 of the 4 people who was in the vehicle, Meg was in the front seat. Tori and Kelsey was in the back. Meg and Tori is arguing back and forth. The driver told Kelsey, stay out of it. This is what they do, meaning they argue back and forth. There was no reports of any physical altercations in there. Fine. She gets out of the car. Okay. Fine. They get back in the car. They drive some more. Then they get back out of the car. So he gets a gun. So he goes and reaches over the passenger side and starts shooting over the door. Can I see it? Yeah, I can. Absolutely. He's only like 5'2". I mean, it's not that hard for you to get from the back seat to the front seat. You can get over the console. He ain't that big. So could he do it? Yeah, absolutely. My son used to go from front to back all the time, just climb over. He ain't super huge. He ain't them but a kid size. He fun size. He will fit. He'll be fine. So Kelsey said that the gun was pointed and angled down, right? So in my heart of hearts, I don't think the intention was to shoot her. I think the intention was to scare her, right? And then by me doing this, the fragments went off and it hit her, right? Because Kelsey said, like, oh, she turned around, she was like a deer in headlights, that he emptied the gun. So the gun is now empty. So when he gets out to try and get to Meg, because they're all trying to get to Meg, Kelsey and him get into a physical fight, which would make sense, because if you just shot a gun and me and you get into a physical fight in a tussle, it would make sense why there's gunshot residue all over me. Because we are physically fighting and in a tussle, and you just let off a gun. The driver didn't have anything on him, but Kelsey and them had it on each other. They get Meg back into the car. Kelsey is trying to hold Meg's feet, which is why there's blood on the top of Kelsey's shirt and on her chest and stuff like that, because she's trying to, the blood on her feet. She's trying to hold that and get that going. They put the gun under the seat. The cops pull them over. They get arrested. So, I mean, it's not a leap to me, right? None of that seems to be a leap. And not to be funny, if Meg has slept with multiple people that she slept with, and this has been like a thing that has happened in the past, why would this thing be the thing that set her off? If I know my friend's a hoe, my friend always sleeps with people that I've slept with, why would this thing be the thing that sets me off to want to shoot them? She's been doing this to me. Why is this so different? The only different variable in this is the little one.
I mean, I'm over here thinking, from the way Meg was going after Kelsey's sloppy seconds, it seemed like Kelsey was just the dick tester anyway.
I'm gonna play this for y'all. This is the reporter who is in the courtroom, and he comes back and he's the one I've been getting all the tea from. Y'all listen to this.
And you would say guilty. If you then watch the defense's opening statement, you would say, what the hell is the prosecution thinking, charging him? Basically, the prosecution started with this story. They said that, hey, they're all at the party, and Tory is leaving the party with Meg. They're in the car. An argument breaks out, during which Meg says and insults his skills as a rap artist. This leads to a situation where she gets out of the car and he shoots at her feet and yells, "Damn." She ends up at a hospital, and a doctor takes out 3 fragments of bullet wounds from her foot. Now, if you just hear, and the prosecution says that Kelsey, the other woman in the car, is going to testify that Tory shot Meg. And Kelsey has a text message where she texts somebody that, hey, Tory shot Meg. And then the rest of the prosecution's case is based on all these calls and texts where Tory's like, oh, I'm so sorry, oh, I'm so drunk. He never says that I shot him. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so drunk. So question what he's apologizing for. So that's the prosecution's case. Seems pretty easy. Then the defense comes up, and man, it gets spicy. First, the defense goes, they're not telling you about half of what's going on. The most important thing they're not telling you about an eyewitness who saw 2 women fighting, Kelsey and Meg. And so let's talk about why them 2 are fighting. Let's talk about how she was in the front seat. The gun was caught in the front seat. Let's talk about how she might have gunpowder. She does have gunpowder. Let's talk about how this has nothing to do with the fight between Tory and Meg and everything to do with the fight between Meg and Kelsey. And then the defense starts dropping the bombs. He basically says this, that they're in the car. Yeah, they left. But do you know why they left? They left because Kylie and Tory were in the pool together. And Kelsey and Meg both felt some type of way about that, to the point that Meg felt really some type of way about that. And she was really trying to go, to the point that eventually, because of how Meg is acting, this is according to the defense, Kylie Jenner goes to Meg Thee Stallion and says, it's time for you to leave. They all leave. The defense's point is what happens in the car is this. Tory questions Kelsey, hey, Kelsey, why are you backing up Meg for me trying to, get it on with Kylie Jenner? Meg has been snaking men from you your whole life. I hooked up with you, Kelsey, and then Meg went behind your back and hooked up with me. And Kelsey, this is not the first time. You had been hooking up with Ben Simmons. Meg went behind your back and hooked up with Ben Simmons. You had been hooking up with the baby. Meg went behind your back and hooked up with the baby. And so the defense starts dropping all these grenades. The crowd is captivated. The jury's like, oh, what's going on? And there's every reason to believe that there could have been a fight here, not between Tory and Meg, but between Meg and Kelsey. And the shooting could have not been Tory. It could have been done by any one of the other people in that car. What does all of this mean? Well, I'll tell you a couple things. First, Corey Gamble, Kris Jenner's husband, is going to testify, so this will continue to be Munchin's opening statement.
Okay, and I have another video to show y'all as well. What are y'all thoughts on that?
Doesn't change my opinion. Like I've seen that same video. Doesn't change my opinion. Tory shot Meg, trying to buy off the silence and trying to get the Kylie or trying to get the Jenner Kardashian clan roped into it. So fuck that midget. Hope his ass gets deported.
Mizzle say this is a lot. I haven't kept up with any of this. Yeah, it's a whole lot.
To be honest, I haven't been catching up with that. I know this trial is going on. I know people say the transcript is out and this is out, this is that. It's that what my work schedule is like. I don't have time. Like I save things here and there, but I don't have time to be sitting down looking at all that, especially all the stuff I going on. So I haven't been keeping it up. I just hear bits and pieces of it. But what I did hear was that her sexual history got a big part of the question. That's why I mentioned in the group chat. Who she had sex with had no relevance to just she getting shot. So I can see with 1,000 people, but it doesn't mean that I should deserve to get shot. Why you shot her? Like where's the things that led to the shooting that she got shot? And y'all would use this her sleeping with people. I said, okay, what? They always sometimes, to be honest, a lot of things like this situation go, they're always trying to find a way to damn and shame the woman. Especially when they get hurt. So any way it can possible, they're going to do that. So it's a surprise. I'm not surprised they would try to pull this angle. Oh, she been a slut. She been this was bad. It may cause issues and fighting and stuff like that. But what led for them shooting? It's like that. Why did he need to shot at her? And she got shot because the doctor said she got fragments in her foot. So she definitely got shot. So there's no question about it. But everyone try to make it dance around and try to say, oh no, this didn't happen. She didn't. I said, why are we arguing that she did when she got shot? She did. So, but then all these guys like Joe Budden, everybody coming around, all these male rappers. I'm not surprised because every time a woman is in the limelight, or all these guys come out of no woodwork trying to bash her. I was like, what?
That's what I think is fucked up right there. Like, what does that have to do with any of that?
That's what I'm saying. Why are we bashing her and this? Oh, you don't like her? I said we didn't even like you since the first place. You little DV ass motherfucker. Nobody forget about what you done.
My whole thing is, I feel like the reason she got shot is because they got into a fight in the argument, because she was fucking around with Tory behind her back, or got shot at, or whatnot. I feel like she got shot at because they ended up getting into a fight, because Tory let it out that she was fucking around with Megan. Does that justify the shooting? Hell no. None whatsoever at all.
Thing,
Now,
Auntie,
who shot her? I don't know.
But that's the thing, Auntie. If this is not the first time Meg has slept with somebody behind her, like if this is not the first time, why would this time then say?
Yeah, why is this
because
time?
Tory, because it's Tory. Now I need to shoot you. Like,
but that's what I'm
the piece
saying.
that don't
This
make
could
sense.
have been the final. She may not have known about the other two, like they said. Tory could have let it out right then and there, and she could have got pissed off. Now, mind you, they've only known each other since college. They ain't been BFFs for forever. They still learning, in my opinion. You don't know about no bitch. This bitch just graduated college. What, a year, 2 years ago? Like, she barely still, in this opinion, know this girl. And then what's fucked up, I feel like, Kelsey, why would you sell all your shit and move to be with Megan to be her assistant any fucking way? Like, I feel like maybe this was the straw that broke the camel's back. Maybe Kelsey didn't know about that shit. Or maybe the shit just came out because the Tory, he pissed off and the shit ended up coming out. And she like, oh, really, bitch? You been doing this shit behind my back? For real? For real? And that's another reason why I feel like maybe Megan ain't fully saying that maybe Kelsey did it, because you never know. Maybe she feel fucked up about it. And she like, hey, if you go along with this, you know what I'm saying? Because what I did was fucked up and shady and wop, we can say this happened or blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I'm not saying this happened. I'm just playing devil's advocate on both sides. Because at this point, Kelsey is looking out for her goddamn self. If Tory actually did it, why the fuck ain't you saying he did it?
Because she's looking out for her husband.
And Tory paid for her legal defenses anyway.
She got affiliated with people in the freaking.
Tory paid her $1 million.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's.
But that's like, if we're going by her deposition, then Tory offered her $1 million. She had an attorney on the phone. Look, she had an attorney on the phone. So when she did the deposition, she had her husband and an attorney on the phone. The attorney that was on the phone is not the same attorney that they have there now. When they asked her, did he pay for your attorney? I can't remember. To me, sounds like yes. Because everything with her that I can't remember.
Why ask for immunity if you didn't do anything wrong yourself? Why ask for immunity? Why ask for immunity?
Because the other side is now saying that I shot. So the only person who's saying Kelsey shot Meg is Tory. So Kelsey said Tory shot Meg. Meg said Tory shot Meg. The only person who is making it seem as though Kelsey shot Meg is Tory. So would I not want immunity during this trial when, they're all throwing it around that I'm the person who's breaking the law? Yeah, save me. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Right? So if I am now being the third party, it wasn't me, it was the other guy, because that's the thing they're trying to say, like, oh, it's the other person. Well, there were 4 people in the car. The one person has no gunshot residue on them. They have nothing on them, and they've been cleared. So it can't be him. Meg was shot. She didn't shoot herself, so it wasn't her. The only 2 people left are Kelsey and Tory. So if Tory's saying it wasn't me, it was the other person, the only person left is her. So
she will make sense to try to protect herself.
She's trying to protect herself. So I will say this. What I think happened is the lawyer that she has now is paid by Tory. So Tory's lawyer and her lawyer have come up with a plan to get Tory off. So Kelsey is kind of off on an island by her own because her attorney is helping Tory. Tory's attorney is helping Tory, and all of them are trying to make Meg look bad
This
so
shit
that
gonna
he
end up
gets
being a
found not guilty.
mistrial. Yeah, it's gonna
Girl,
be a
listen,
mistrial.
I
I
don't
don't
even
see
need it to
him.
be a mistrial. The only thing I need is for them to say, yeah, that unlicensed, unregistered firearm was yours. Yep, it was. That's all I need because they'll deport him. And then all of this will be over and done with. And I ain't got to worry about none of this. Because one thing about all of this is Meg didn't want to press charges. This wasn't Meg's
No.
idea. This
So
was the
why did, and
state's
then on
idea.
top of that, she came out saying something on social media first about everything. I'm a Meg the Stallion fan, but she came out saying shit on social media about it first. Why did she say that? And that's another
Because
reason why I feel like this shit is gonna get thrown out, because Meg she lied and she contradicted so fucking much. So she makes herself look not as credible.
So when you say she lied and contradicted so much, what do you mean?
She lied first and foremost and said her and Tory were never fucking around. She said that when she was with Gail. She lied about that. She lied and said nothing happened that night, that she was sitting in the car minding her own black ass business. She got out the car and all of a sudden he just started shooting her. She said nothing happened that night, when indeed something did happen that night. That's what she lied about. Like,
wait.
And then she initially lied and said it was glass fragments. Like, you lied so much. Tell the truth in the beginning.
Okay. But then Kelsey's lied. Tory has lied. I think that the piece that I don't understand is everybody is like,
so that's
Meg
why
lied, Meg lied, Meg lied. And I'm like,
everybody looks miscredible because everybody fucking lying.
Okay. So when I say, I'm like, everybody's like, Meg lied, Meg lied, Meg lied. I was like, there are some bodies that you want to take to the grave, and his would be one of them. To the grave.
No, see,
me, him, and Jesus.
She was supposed to testify in Meg's defense. That's the whole reason why they granted her immunity, because they thought she was going to testify in Meg's defense. Instead, she pled got the whole Fifth Amendment shit. They wasn't planning on her doing that. They was planning on her coming in there and backing up every goddamn thing Meg said, and she didn't.
I think where it also gets confusing is, in most trials, it's normally, hey, the prosecution puts on their case 100% solely, and then the defense puts on their case 100% solely. And that isn't what has happened in this case either. So in this case, the defense has brought up some of their witnesses because the witnesses had to partake in another trial. So they had to be away. So they let them testify, and it also muddies the water. And I think that's where people are like, normally in trials, one side puts on their defense and everything seems to be pro that person. And then the other person puts on their defense and it's just pro that person. And, you kind of figure it out at the end. But right now it's also muddy because Tory has been able to put his people on the stand early so that they're also kind of testifying during the prosecution's turn, because those people had prior obligations and they had to testify now or they wouldn't be able to testify at all. So they also gave, people the ability to testify early, which I also think makes it seem so much worse, because you have these people that come on and contradict, and give contradictory statements during the middle of the person's defense. And it's like, but this has to be so terrible. So I put her YouTube in the chat. Her name is Pam. So she's an attorney and she flew to California to watch the trial. So she is not pro Tory, not pro Meg, and she doesn't do the hip hop thing. She, she does criminal defense for something else. And I listen to her coverage because it is not swayed in one way or the other. Like, as much as we may like him, he's actually a pro-Tory person, like the guy who you're looking at. So where it's like, he says these things and then, and then, you know, someone else goes and says, yeah, but then also this happened, this happened, this happened, and this happened. And then it turns into, because we can't see it for ourselves, we're stuck listening to what people are telling us,
Yeah.
right? And what
Right.
things are happening, and then what Twitter is saying, and then what these things,
You got
and then
form
it's like
opinion
you
based on
don't
that.
get the clearest actual information of what happens, because, you know, people are paying people to do it. And it's not that the things aren't being said or being done, but it's also the fact that there's things that are being omitted to make it worse. Like, people was like, oh, she got on the stand and she just pleaded the fifth. And it was like, and so then
No,
the
she had a whole
lawyer
tape. Right, right.
the lawyer came up there and was like, yeah, she did ask, could she plead the fifth? She did try. And then they told her no, she couldn't. And she had to then answer questions, right? So he makes it seem like, oh, she just took the stand and pled the fifth and it was just over. And it was like, no, she did the testimony for like a long time after that, in the entire day, and she still had to answer questions. So it was like, now they did ask her, like, it seems awful funny that you remember every single thing that Meg did, but whenever we ask you anything about Tory, you can't
Exactly.
remember. Your memory is gone. You don't know what happened. And then Tori's lawyer then like was like, oh, they're pressuring you. This is why you're doing it. You're under so much pressure. And then it turned into, hey, well, let's go back. We didn't actually pressure you. Here's what happened. And I think because that video was brought into evidence and it was super clear, like, she was able to get her phone, show pictures, she was able to go show them text messages, she showed them emails, she did all of these things that said, like, no, this is what really happened. It was clear, it was concise, and it was, I believe that version of her story because she had an attorney on the phone, nobody else was there. It was her husband and you know, the people on the other side, and they just let her talk. So what reason would she then have to lie? And she said very clearly, Tory shot her. We got into a physical fight. He punched me in my face. He pulled a chunk of my hair out. My question is then also, if because Tory did these things to you, why would you then go and protect him? Oh,
Yeah,
you're
that makes sense.
married to a man who is an executive at the record label that Meg is making millions for, that she is trying to get off of. Oh, you have other reasons to throw this case,
All the way, yeah.
to make her
That
not
makes
look
sense.
credible for the next case that she has in less than a month. Like, so I think there's more like underlying things than just,
Motives, yeah.
you know, than just, oh, she shot because of this guy. Because to me, that just seems, if we've been friends for a couple years and over the last couple years you've done this to me 3, 4, 5 times, I don't see the need to shoot you now. Like, especially if I gave up my home, you are my sole source of income. I gave up my home. Everything that I have is riding on me being your assistant, because if I lose this, I have absolutely nothing else. I'm not gonna just pretend and shoot you in your foot. Like, that don't make sense to me.
Yeah.
I base my opinion just solely off of this last week and all the different videos that I've watched from the lawyers that were either in the courtroom or, you know, got information from what Meg, Kelsey, and whomever else talked about. And if I can honestly, truly say without a doubt in my mind, if I were on that jury, I would have to say it's unclear to me. I couldn't give a guilty or a non-guilty because the shit just don't make sense to me. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. And I don't even fuck with Tory Lanez. I don't like him at all. And I'm not saying that he didn't do it. But what I am saying is there's a whole lot of shit that's still not being said. There's a whole lot of shit I feel like Megan left out. We already know there's a whole lot of shit that Kelsey left out. And if and when Tory does take the stand, it's going to be a whole lot of shit that he's leaving out.
Hey, that was gonna lie. He stay lying. So
we already know he gonna lie. That's what he do. But again, it's just something doesn't seem right to me, because again, at the same time, I can see Kelsey throwing it just to if she were to do it, I can see her throwing it to cast doubt on the jury in the first place. And of course, Tory is gonna say, you know, whatever, them going what you never know. I don't know. He probably did do it because yes, a lot of the evidence does say that. But again, at the same time, everybody's lying. So it's hard to decipher the lies. So if I were on that jury, which say, Auntie, this man has pulled a weapon on a man about a rat beef and his child's mother, the same kid. That's what happened then. I'm talking about what happened with Megan and Kelsey that night. I ain't talking about what he did in his past, because yes, his past does say he has a record of pulling out guns on people. Yes, we know that. But I ain't talking about the past situations. I'm talking about this situation right now, presently, that they are in court for, that all three of them are lying about something. Does that justify her getting shot in the foot? Hell no. And the person that did it, yes. Now, if the jury finds him guilty, hey, he guilty. But if they happen to throw it out for reasonable doubt, I would totally understand why. That's just my thoughts and my opinions on that. Anybody else have any final thoughts or opinions on that whole Meg who shot you scenario? Because it is goddamn drama. Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna use her sex history, you gotta use his pattern of doing this the same thing. So he's not no stranger doing this. So I was like, with the whole thing, with the whole car thing, at the end of the day, the one constant thing is that she got shot, and that's proven.
True that.
So we can't knock that. The reason about it is like, okay, the only reason about they trying to do it is see if he did it or somebody else did it.
Exactly.
That's the reason about it. So
and then
it's that's the thing. So we have to go about it. If it's not Kelsey, and she got immunity to try to help and try to start, that she trying to backflip and trying to make it help him. I would say, hold out. This immunity ain't going through well if you gonna be doing this, girl. So you might knock that out. But
another reason,
so I was like, that's stupid. And
another reason, I'm sorry, go ahead. I keep cutting you off. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Another reason why I say it's sort of weird to me is because there was DNA evidence that they had found as well, that there was female DNA that was present on the gun as well as male DNA, but the male DNA was inconclusive. So again, what does that mean?
It's an unregistered gun. I mean, so there was 4 DNA samples on the gun, and let's be honest, you're not required to give your DNA up. So who voluntarily just gives the police their DNA? Like, I know I wouldn't. Like, that's not.
Shit, if you didn't do it, I damn sure. If I didn't do
absolutely not. Listen. I don't care if I did it or didn't do it. I'm not giving them my DNA the same way I'm not doing a 23andMe or anything else. I'm not giving the Mormons my DNA. I'm not willingly giving you my DNA. Absolutely not.
So you would rather be on a trial. You would rather be on trial being judged whether or not you're innocent, than just, and you know you didn't do it, rather than just give your DNA.
Here's the thing. She is not on trial. Kelsey actually is not on trial. You. Tory is on trial. So so by that logic, if Tory didn't do it, why didn't he give up his DNA? You know? So none of them gave their DNA.
Gave up her DNA as well?
None of them gave it up.
That's even
none
more of a see, hell no.
But
that's even more of a reason to be like, who shot you then? Exactly.
Well, that's the thing.
Kelsey
the person who got shot told you who shot them. That I think that's the thing that I don't understand. If the victim told me who shot them, why am I now questioning who shot them? The person who got shot told me who shot them. The other person in the vehicle with them told me who
why wasn't he arrested then? Why was he arrested for like attempted murder or?
He was arrested.
So why is he not like in jail now. Like
What?
none of this makes sense to
Because
me.
it wasn't attempted murder.
We kept pushing it back.
Look,
They just got in trial.
yeah, like this is from like 2.5 years ago. Like he ain't about to sit in jail
I
that
know.
whole time.
That's what it is. It kept
I
pushing
don't
it back.
know. Just I'm Megan. I love you. I ride for you. You my Texas sis, but it's
Okay.
a blessing that
So I
I'm
have a
not on the
question.
jury because I would until I hear what Tory got to say, which we already know he did it. I just want to hear the lies that's gonna spew out your fucking mouth. Okay.
So I have a question.
It's just go ahead.
Which one? All right. Would you rather be in the Meg, Tory, Kelsey drama or the Amy, TJ Holmes, and a spouses drama? Which level of mess to you
Being
would
which
be your
person?
preferred?
Being which person in what situation?
I don't know. Join any other thruples. I mean, take your
If
pick.
I were in the Megan, Tory, whatever situation, if I were Kelsey, I'd give up my DNA if I know I didn't do anything. Okay. If I were Megan, you said he shot you. You ain't got to do nothing else. You said he shot you. Tori, you say you didn't do it. You said she did it. Okay, give up your DNA. You say you didn't do it. That's even more of a reason for me to question it. Right then and there, nobody wanted to give up their DNA. You said you didn't do it. It's for Tori too. You said you didn't do it. Okay, give up your DNA. The same goes for him.
You know what?
So everybody fucking lying.
I'm gonna say this. I'm not giving up my DNA unless you're prying my mouth open and taking it from me, because I don't care if I did or didn't. I could listen. I didn't shoot her. I know I didn't shoot her. She knows I didn't shoot her. Fine. Y'all questioning whether I shot her or not. That's fine. But then if my DNA pops to something I did 5 months ago and I get arrested for that because I done gave you my DNA, I ain't giving y'all nothing.
That's what you worried about right there.
Y'all gonna catch me with 4 bodies from like 8 months ago? Absolutely not.
See, me and you was not the same, girl. That's what you worried about. And that's what you worried about. You worried about some shit in the past.
Wait, Auntie, so you giving them your DNA?
You say what?
You giving them your DNA?
If I didn't do it, yes, ma'am, I am. I ain't been confident of my shit. I sure am.
Girl, okay. Then they gonna catch you with something you did 5 years ago, and you gonna be like,
how?
I shouldn't have gave you. Because once they have your DNA, they have it. Period. They can go back and link
if
you to.
I ain't did shit, I ain't got shit to worry about.
Yeah, you ain't did nothing now. Look now.
See, okay.
Now they gonna catch you from that assault charge from 5 years ago.
We finna get up out of here because Mizzle got a live that he finna get ready to do up after.
There's no live tonight. I did.
You say what?
There's no live tonight. I did one. One is tomorrow.
Oh, one is tomorrow. That's what it is. Okay. If you are not subscribed to Mizzle's YouTube channel, please make sure that you do so. Okay, that's Mizzle14. Also, make sure you follow him on the Twitter, the IG and Discord, as well as Baby Sis, Miss Alki Queen 1118. You can find her on IG, the YouTube, and the TikTok. Y'all, if you have not yet checked out Sir Neale Hurston on Bandcamp, make sure that you do that. He has videos on YouTube, and you can check them up on iTunes as well. Holla at your auntie, y'all. 'Tis the season to be jolly, so go and hit that cash app for your girl, okay? Mohan 512. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Y'all could have been doing anything else on a Sunday night, but you came here to kick with us niggas, and I appreciate y'all, okay? Real quick, what's on everybody's Christmas wish list? Okay, I want money, love, peace, happiness, a small waist, and a big old booty. What about you, Mizzle? What you want for Christmas?
I just want love and joy. I am trying to get me that ninja mixer for the juices and stuff like that. I'm trying to give me that.
The ninja mixer, okay.
Get that. So if nobody can get it for me, I get it myself. Because I really got a lot of things for my apartment, for my bathroom, like a bathroom set and everything. That's cute. And everything. But I just want some happiness and everything. You know, I'm going back to the gym now and all that stuff like that. I had a gym before, but I stopped because the panorama. So I had stopped going. So I went back down and eating a little bit more healthier and that's it. And just enjoying myself. That's it.
I hear that. Tracy, what you got on your wish list for Santa Claus to bring you this Christmas?
Oh, that's easy. liquor, candles, and penis.
And in that order, or not in that order. Titty Bob, okay. Titty Bob, Titty Bob. Baby sis, what you got on your Christmas list?
Money.
Money make the world go round. Okay.
Honestly, because I haven't been able to properly harness a working time machine. So I'll just money to help fund my mad science experiments.
Jay say, all I want for Christmas is my chiropractor. I call him Chiro Bay. Okay. We're going there, just be like, oh, my neck and my back. I need you to just work it out.
Yes, that is another good massage. A nice full body massage.
Go on, put it on me, Mr. Chiropractor, sir. Okay. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Once again, there will not be live next Sunday because it is Christmas. Okay. We're going to be getting drunk and watching The Grinch. I was maybe thinking about doing a watch along on my Discord, just watching some Christmas movies, maybe like Friday After Next and a Harold and Kumar Christmas. Maybe I was thinking about
my Christmas Eve is reserved for a Christmas Story marathon all day.
Okay, you know, I like to watch that like Christmas night. Christmas Eve night, midnight. Watch it about 2-3 times and then, you know, get it out good. Because, you know, they're going to play it a whole 24 hours on, what is that, TBS, TNT, one of them doggone.
No, TNT. That's where I got my tradition from, because it would be 24 hours on TNT. And I think TBS did it too. But now I stream on my shit. So.
Okay. Well, y'all let me know in the Discord if y'all want to do a watch along. Like I said, Christmas night. If I
thought you was gonna show us that video that showed up at the Young Thug trial. I mean, I thought you was just gonna play that for us.
What, girl? You know that'll be a good Christmas for everybody. A jolly Christmas for all. Okay.
Like, that's the video you streaming?
Okay. But no, we're probably gonna do, like I said, Christmas night. We'll just watch some movies. Watch Friday After Next. Either we'll watch Friday After Next, a Harold and Kumar Christmas, or we can watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. That's the vote right there. Y'all let me know which one y'all want to watch.
I'm doing Die Hard.
You say what?
I'm doing Die Hard and A Christmas Story.
You do you, boo-boo. You do you. Baby sis, Mizzle, Tracy, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody watching. Y'all could have been doing anything else on a Sunday night, but y'all came here to kick with us, and we appreciate y'all. We'll create Real Queens. I'm a little tipsy, y'all. I had a couple of these behind the scenes, y'all.
Word.
Real Queens, Real Talk with a gentleman's perspective, y'all. We out. We
all right, now y'all. It's time to get up. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here.
Thanks for coming.
Good night, guys.
Thanks for see y'all next Sunday.
See you, Mizzle. See you.